All right, Smile, you're on camera. Looters arrested after being caught on camera. Dozens arrested across the state, and some standing off with SWAT teams to make the point known. The Florida Republican Attorney General Pam Bondi promised that if you were trying to pull stunts like these, she'd catch up with you. Law enforcement in the state would, and indeed are. The Attorney General from the Sunshine State, Pam Bondi, on the phone with us right now. I'm always surprised by these things, Attorney General. I know they're the exception rather than the rule, but they're pretty brazen at a time when a state is in pretty dire needs here. What do you think of that?
Neil, it's pretty unreal to me as well. You know, and again, like you and I always say, for the most part, Floridians are incredible people, and our country has been incredible. They've been coming forward, and I want to talk about some good, too, if I could, in a minute, all the good that's happening. But, yeah, to start off with the bad, you know, our issues change in the aftermath of a hurricane. Of course, something is, please, people in Florida, if you have contracting problems, you're going to have contractors come to your house. They're going to try to solicit business, say they have materials left over from another job. Do not give them money in advance. Check them out first, and do not ever do not assign your benefits to them, Neil, from your insurance company.
So are there people actually doing that? I mean,
yeah.
Talk about adding cruelty to cruelty here.
Exactly. So folks in Florida, don't assign your benefits, your insurance benefits. Don't sign them over to any contractors. Always talk to your insurance company first. And if somebody's going to approach you and want to help, you know, get estimates. It's the unsolicited ones that, of course, worry us the most. And sadly, Neil, people are driving down into our state. And we've seen the looters. And Neil, I'm sitting here right now. I'm going to have him on with me, our newly elected sheriff in Hillsborough County, Chad Chronister, and he's going to tell you he has no mercy for looters in our state.
Attorney General, you're exactly right. You know, there's no tolerance for looters. There's nothing that I think I despise more than people who want to victimize people who are already victims, and we won't tolerate it. We have supplanted and beefed up our police force, called in some of our off-duty units. We are out there. We're being seen, covert and overt, and it wouldn't be tolerated. I've talked to our state attorney, and he's absolutely on board as well. We will prosecute them to the full extent of the law.
That's right.
But there are places, right, guys, and you can help me here with this, that's still inaccessible, or authorities feel it's still dangerous to access or to get to. So that could embolden these guys, right?
It could, especially, I think you shared the footage, you know, down in Miami where people were looting down in Miami. But you know what? You know how it ended up for them sitting in the back of a patrol car being arrested. And all of our great sheriffs, like Sheriff Chronister, newly elected here in Hillsborough County, are going after the looters. And we will show no mercy to anyone taking advantage of Floridians in the face of a crisis.
But Pam, what do you do to Floridians who are seeing this, who were leery about evacuating their homes? They did so, but now they're seeing images like this. And to your point, I readily agree with you. These are more the exception than the rule. Having said that, though, people freak out, right? And think, boy, I better get back to my home, even though it might be dangerous. What do you tell them?
No, and you have to listen. I'm going to let Sheriff Chronister, if you don't mind, answer that. But, you know, Neil, you've really got to listen to your law enforcement and what they tell you about what's safe. And, you know, you've heard Governor Scott and I have been talking about this all week. Nothing is more important than your safety. Your possessions can be replaced. There's standing water everywhere, all over our state. So many people are without power. Power lines are down. It is not safe to go back to your home throughout our state. You've got to listen to what each city's chief and sheriff are telling you as to what to do.
And Sheriff, you echo that, even though there might be some people who think the bad guys are those who want to, you know, ransack homes or businesses. They'll see where the people have left and feel that they'll roll the dice and go to these very locales. What do you tell them?
Absolutely. I would tell them that's our job. It's our job to keep their belongings as safe as we can keep them. It's their job to keep them and their loved ones safe. We're out there. We're visible. We'll make sure that we can protect their belongings and that it's safe, that the roads are passable, that there's no electric lines down the water, to avoid standing water. Now out there, different intersections where we don't have power, to make sure they're coming to a complete stop so we're not working accidents and injuries because of that.
All right.
And Neil, Sheriff Chronister and I are at the Emergency Operations Center right now, and you would not believe the countless people. I wish I could send you I'll text you a picture later of what we're seeing here, all the amazing people working together. And folks around the country, if you want to give the American Red Cross, they have been unbelievable. That's the safest way to give. What they need now, Neil, is money, redcross.org.
All right. Attorney General, I want to thank you. Sheriff, thank you as well.